Okay, this is how you create the self-bill e-invoice in BigLedger site. Okay, first one is, if let's say you already confirmed that your supplier is foreigner, or that you know that your supplier, this supplier you must create self-bill e-invoice, then you also can preset your supplier as self-bill. So in the supplier listing, okay, you find out your supplier, and then in the e-invoice tab here, you can put the e-invoice self-bill as true. Okay, so after you put the self-bill as true, then all the purchase that you purchase invoice, purchase credit note or debit note that you created for this supplier will be auto submitted as self-bill e-invoice. Okay, if you didn't set, then the purchase invoice that you created, the purchase debit note or credit note that you created will not send to LHDN site. Okay, not create the e-invoice, system not create the e-invoice. Okay, so this is the part that you can preset. Okay, let's say I put true, then need to update the supplier name and then BRN or any other information. And then for the supplier TIN, since it's, if let's say it's foreigner and then they don't have the TIN, then you can put this number. But if they have TIN or any other thing, then you can use, okay, this is a general thing. If they don't have but self-bill, okay, then you need to put the contact number, email, everything. Then here you need to select MSIC code. If they don't have MSIC code, then you can put not applicable. Okay, you need to put 50, so 50 is not applicable one. Okay, the update the address, everything, then you can save. Okay, so this is the part that you know your supplier is self-billed. Okay, then after that, in, let's say I only show the purchase invoice. In the purchase invoice, you can create the transaction as usual. Okay, then you create, then you select the supplier. If your supplier is self-billed, okay, then the transaction that you created will be auto submitted as e-invoice. Okay, you need to come to here in the e-invoice tab, you need to select this individual. Okay, then everything will be follow. Then you add the item. Okay, after you add the item, you make sure that you updated all the compulsory fields. Okay, then you final. Once you finalize, since this customer, this supplier is self-bill, be already preset, that the self-bill column will be yes. Okay, so means this document, this purchase invoice, will be auto submitted as e-invoice. Okay, so you can click in. Once you click in, you can see the details here. Okay, then this one will be sent to LHDN site. Okay, let's say you didn't set the self-billed in the supplier. So in that case, usually you can see that after you create the transaction, you can see the self-billed, this column is not specified or false, or maybe you can see like I find that in another one. This one has all this. Some maybe if you didn't fill up, then it will be blank. Okay, so blank means also no self-bill. So if let's say you want to submit this document as self-bill e-invoice, then you still can manually submit from here. Let's say you forgot to select the supplier as self-bill or any other scenario, you can click here and then you can submit as self-bill directly from here. Then once you click, then the status will be changed to yes as well. Okay, so this one is draft. Once you finalize, then it will be create the self-bill e-invoice. Okay, so after you finalize and then the self-bill is yes, then this one will be sent to my e-Invoice admin applet. The process of checking the details or error or everything will be similar to the normal the SaaS e-Invoice set. Everything will be in the my e-Invoice admin applet.